place that I was in had no ceiling. It was just blue sky up above. There were about 150 to 200 people there, and they were beautiful. They were so thrilled to see me. Nobody has ever been that thrilled to see me. They were all applauding. Many of them were crying. Every one of them had to hug me. Some 2 or 3 times had to hug me. I hugged every one of them. They were communicating an affection, a level of affection that is, I've never had that before, ever.
The device is engaged. The patient does get a major electrical shock. He was totally unresponsive.
Way back in the distance, way up behind me, on the top of a mountain, so big that it had this winding road all the way up it, and there were so many people on that road going up and coming down that the hill looked like it was alive, like it was like a beehive, you know, just constantly moving. And the top of the hill, very clearly delineated, was a Syrian mountain man. And he looked an awful lot like Jesus. He looked to be about 15 feet tall, long hair, beard, mustache, and just the most piercing and kind eyes. He asks you a question. What did you do for your fellow man? It's a life review. You're going year by year through your whole life. Anytime you're stuck and you don't recall, one of the walls comes alive as the movie of your life, and it shows you doing something for your fellow man. For me, it was when I was 10, 11 years old. I didn't know if I did anything for somebody then. And the wall came alive, and there I was as a crossing guard at my grammar school. And I just took that responsibility so seriously, especially with the little kids, the kindergartners and the first graders and so on. And according to wherever I was, I call it paradise, but that was what I did for my fellow man when I was 10. I was trying to answer the question over and over again, what have you done for your fellow man? And then, wham, like a ton of bricks, like a truck you never saw coming. Literally, just wham! Coming back was awful. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
We decided that it would be more expeditious to reoperate and to do an additional bypass. During the period just before returning to the operating room, Chris once again had a cardiac arrest.
And I died for the second time. And I was welcomed again and started in on the life review again. I also heard Gabe on 2 occasions say to me, all I can tell you, Chris, is you got more work to do. I didn't know what he meant by that. There started to be this chorus of women who were singing and saying, can we bring Evie out? My mother's name was Elizabeth, and I gotta believe she's Evie in heaven. My mom was a fabulous homemaker. She had an empathic knowing of what was going on in my life, in my heart, in my soul, every day of my life. I would have been so excited to have seen her with her smile and her love and her affection. The singing was a chant. It was like a Gregorian chant. It was rising and falling with the same request over and over again. Now, can we bring Evie out now? Oh, God, I was shaking. I was just wishing so much that would happen. They were told no by the guy on the mountain. He very clearly said no. Not now. No. No. I think he was saying no because he knew I had to go back.
Shock is applied to the heart. Obviously, it's a major shock. The heart jumps.
I was having this life review. I was hoping to see my mom. It just stopped. It all just stopped. Nobody said, you're going back. Nobody asked if it'd be okay. It just stopped. I spent 7 days in the hospital recuperating. I spent about 2.5, 3 months at home with an at-home healthcare nurse. I returned to work after the surgery approximately 3 months afterwards, which was an extended time. Still, I was so confused and freaked by this whole experience. I think I'll be processing this the rest of my life, and trying to figure out if, is this it now? Is this what you want me to do? Is this my work? To be loved and loving is important to me. And to care about my fellow man and do something for my fellow man. I think I need to volunteer somewhere. I keep thinking that that's important. If for no other reason than to meet so many other people different than myself, who might have a message for me, or might have a piece of the message or something. I don't know what it is, the work that I have to do. I know it's important work, otherwise I wouldn't be back. I'll find it sooner or later. I'll find the answer sooner or later.